like weather or climate or temperature?
The difference between color or color is between you and me. When we open the flesh, inside is the skeleton. What you are watching is the skeleton. The flesh is gone.
Yeah.
So the coloring part is the flesh. Yes.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Yes.
They all still alive.
Yes, they are all alive. And this is the water they use for marine rescue, because this is a very heavy traffic area. At the moment there is no animal. So we bring here when the animal is injured, we bring here and then rescue it.
Yeah.
Alright?
So yesterday I saw something like you recruit them from the ocean. I mean, choose the type that you want to reserve, right?
No, we don't recruit. If an animal is injured from the boat propeller, we bring them here and then we rescue.
Oh, rescue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The second order.
Yes. And these big pieces we call substrate, and the small fragment coral we call fragments. What we do is we put super glue on the substrate and then we glue the fragment coral, and then we keep them in the water for 2 weeks to make sure if they are glued properly. If they are glued properly, we take them back into the lagoon and put them back in the lagoon.
So what you do is basically glue them together.
Yes.
How do you do that? What is that?
We use super glue.
Super glue.
Yes. Because the coral polyps, they cannot be out of the water too long. So we use super glue.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It is not a surprise because in the theater, even the surgeons, they use on human super glue and then stitch them. So super glue seems to be something relatively safe.
yeah.
But I didn't say it is completely safe for coral polyp. That is something that we can use from 6-year-old to the university student who comes here to do practical activity. We are not trying to create arbitrary, but we are trying to educate people. When we are trying to educate people, when they come here, we do practical activities.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. First time I heard about that. Yeah. Interesting thing about human body.
Yes. These are also some of the activities we have done with the university students. We will be taking them back into the lagoon in 2 weeks' time. This is the
2 weeks. And from here, from day 1 to 14 days. 14 days. And what is the purpose for doing this? Like when they are large, they're strong enough, put them into the sea.
Actually, if we don't have to do it on the land like this. Actually, we can take a if you are snorkeler or diver, you can take a fragment coral and put between the two corals, and if it is not moving, it will grow. But we do this on the land because we bring school children, 6 years, and then when they do it here, the handiest is super glue. We glue it. The corals need firm substrate to hold on.
Yeah.
They don't want to move because they have to catch the sunlight.
So tell me, these are the super glues that you
Yes.
use?
Yes. We use the super glue and then glue them. This project is not trying to create an artificial, but this is a practical activity we have for visitors and school children. And then when they come here, if we only talk, it's too boring.
What do these things feed on? How do they get the food?
Okay, very good question. Just leave the coral alone and then look at the tree. What does the tree produce its food?
Sunlight.
Sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water.
Yeah, water.
That's why the tree is called a primary producer, because the tree has a chlorophyll pigment in the leaf, and that's a fat-free fixing the carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight into glucose. In the tree and the corals are the same. They are both primary producers. But the big difference is the tree is on the land and the corals are underwater. But they both produce food the same way. But because we people live on the land and we always see the tree, we take care of the tree and we understand the tree better. But for the corals, we don't know because most of the people, very few times they get the chance to see the coral.
Yeah, not many people.
And they produce food same like a tree.
So very similar to the algae. Algae also produce food by themselves.
Algae also produce their food on themselves, and the coral polyp as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in that time, yesterday I read something about the algae and the coral live together, like a cohabitat.
It's a symbiotic relationship. Yes.
How does that work?
What happens is the coral polyp open and close its tentacles, and when it open and close tentacles, the phytoplankton come and get the stuck, and then it opens it to the sunlight, and the chlorophyll pigment in the phytoplankton start getting the sunlight and prepare the food. And in the case of the tree, it is glucose. In the case of coral, it's calcium carbonate.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
This is more effective than any lesson that I read in the books.
Very good, very good. That's why actually we bring the people here, because many people, they don't know. They think the coral is just like that. They don't grow. They grow from they grow from small to big because these coral polyps produce food, and then they share each other.
They share.
Symbiotic relationship. Yes.
And what is the habitat they create for the fish and for the marine life? And how do they protect marine life? Or they
just
can
now
be
I
a
said,
cradle for life underwater.
Just now I told the tree is on the land.
Yeah.
It's the primary producer. Primary producer means use the carbon dioxide, water and sunlight. If the tree does not convert into glucose, we have nothing to eat, nothing to wear, nothing.
Yeah, no animals.
Nothing, nothing on the land.
Yeah.
So the same is underwater. If the corals don't produce, there is no life underwater.
Yeah. So it produces like oxygen also.
It produces same like a tree.
Same,
it releases
same
byproduct oxygen. Yes.
But between the coral and the algae is like the plants, but the coral is like some kind of animal.
They behave both like an animal and plant. We call zooxanthellae, the phytoplankton and zooplankton. These two are combined together called zooxanthellae.
Yeah.
So when the phytoplankton is on the tentacles, it is a tree. When the zooplankton is on the tentacles, it's an animal. They both produce food.
Yeah, I see.
Yes.
They are primary producer.
Yes.
I see.
How to say? This is we are on the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
From the top till to the primary producers, we are the only animal interfere with the natural cycle.
Yeah, we interfere with the cycle.
We eat from the top and we destroy from the bottom.
Yes, that's right.
And then we are the only animal interfering the natural maintenance of these chemicals and environmental factors. For example, I feel to the underwater.
Yeah.
You know the shark. Shark is very strong animal,
Yeah.
but it is sick fish. Why? Because by nature it is imprinted that they eat sick fish.
Yeah.
So when the fish is sick and it's not, of course, then maybe you can say if the fish is sick, it will not move fast and easy to catch. That's true also. But then if the shark do not eat the sick fish, what will happen?
Like we eat the stronger fish.
If the sick fish will die, and then the whole water column will be contaminated.
Contaminated.
And then nothing can live there, contaminated water.
Kind of cleaner, ocean cleaner.
There's kind of municipal service they are doing. So basically, the shark eat the sick fish. That's how the nature is designed.
Yeah.
And they follow the nature as they design. But we don't follow the way we are designed for the nature.
We are the only animal on earth that can eat the one animal at the prime of its time.
Yes. We are the only animal which destroys the nature, and that's why we need to discipline the human. That's why we choose this field, disseminate the information as much as possible to the people. Whoever you met and wherever you go, you tell the people. The corals, even if they are colorful or not colorful, whatever size, if they belong to the water, put them back into the water.
Yeah,
don't pollute the water.
Yeah.
They are all alive. Don't pollute the water. And then try to reduce the carbon emission to the atmosphere. Yeah. We are the only animal disturbing these three factors and fix it. Yeah. So if you give this information as many people as possible, and if it is you give many people, that's how I calculate my success. Okay. If you give many people the information and many people understand what is happening corals and what's happening to the environment, and they stop damaging the corals and the environment, that's how I calculate.
And what's your name again?
Anis.
Anis.
Yes.
You from here?
Maldives. From Maldives, yes.
Right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We've been on my YouTube.
Okay.
And viewers, when you are watching this,
yes.
You are watching one of the people from Maldives talking about the environment and how to preserve the nature.
Okay.
And the message should not be missed. The message should be embraced and how we are going to react to nature.
Okay.
We are the only human, the only animal on earth that can destroy or disrupt
Yes.
the natural chain of
Yes.
food. And
Yes.
so please be careful next time you are stepping on the coral reef. And thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for having us.
Yes. Enjoy your stay